So today, this subcommittee returns to the very important issue of pipeline safety, and I welcome the interim executive director, Stacy Cummings, of the pipeline and of PHMSA to this hearing, and I look forward to the prompt confirmation of a permanent administrator as much work needs to be done in the months ahead. This committee has a long bipartisan history on pipeline safety issues, including passage of the Pipeline Safety, Regulatory Certainty, and Job Creation Act of 2011, Upton Dingle. That law held particular significance to me as it came in the aftermath of a serious oil spill in a tributary of the Kalamazoo River just outside of my district in Michigan. Following the spill, I worked closely with my friend John Dingle on a bipartisan basis, as we also worked closely with our friends on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee to get the Pipeline Safety Act on the books, signed by President Obama. The law contains numerous provisions designed to reduce the likelihood of similar pipeline spills and minimize the impact of those when they do occur. However, the Pipeline Safety Act will not achieve its primary objectives until it's fully implemented, and I'm most disappointed that more than a third of the requirements remain incomplete long after congressionally mandated deadlines have passed. This includes several of the law's most important mandates, such as automatic and remote control shutoff valves, leak detection, accident and incident notification, excess flow valves, and maximum allowable operating pressure. Some of these provisions, I am convinced, would have made a difference in the recent oil spill in Santa Barbara had they been implemented by PHMSA in a timely manner. In the last couple of days, PHMSA has announced proposals for 2 of these overdue mandates. And while these late steps are certainly in the right direction, there is no question that something needs to change with the way that PHMSA is implementing the Pipeline Safety Act. I intend to ask questions to find out what more Congress can do to speed up the implementation of those requirements. The urgency for pipeline safety is greater than ever. With record levels of natural gas and liquid hydrocarbons being produced in this country and throughout North America, the volumes traversing pipelines are setting records. And although pipelines are among the safest means of transport, the Santa Barbara spill is a harsh reminder that rigorous, risk-based enforcement needs to be a priority. This committee takes pipeline safety very seriously. That's why we insist that new pipelines be built with state-of-the-art safety features. It's also why we passed the Pipeline Safety Act to improve the safety of the 2.5 million miles of existing pipelines throughout the country. This includes many old and potentially vulnerable pipelines, such as the one that carries oil between the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula through the Straits of Mackinac in Michigan. I think we can all agree that it is much, much better to be in a position to prevent accidents before they happen rather than to respond after they occur. In the last hour, the state of Michigan released its own report on pipeline safety, including specific recommendation on the Straits pipelines, as well as other steps that can be taken to improve safety, including a better relationship between the state and PHMSA. I look forward to studying the report and commend the state for its commitment to pipeline safety. As we look ahead to continued implementation of the pipeline safety and to the law's reauthorization, we'll insist on greatly improved performance from PHMSA, and this hearing is certainly an important step towards getting us to where we need to be. And I'll yield a minute if any of my side wants a minute. If not, I'll yield back the balance of my time.